everybody, I'm Latrina Patrick. Welcome to day 41 of our 90-day grant writing tutorial. Today I want to focus my attention on those grant writers who are on staff for a particular organization, and especially if you're a beginner and new to this type of role. When it comes to being a grant writer, I've talked about how you need to be organized, but one of the things is you have to learn how to work smart and not hard all the time. And one of the things that used to help me to do that was to have what I call my little grab file. So I want to talk to you about a few things that need to be in your grab file to help you be more efficient when it comes to getting your grant writing done. So when it comes to writing grants, and especially when you are writing for an organization and that's all you're doing, you're constantly looking for other funders, you're constantly submitting applications. A lot of that stuff is kind of cut and paste, but you have to make it very specific to the funder that you are applying to. But what I want to talk to you about is some of those items that, regardless of who you're applying to, they always need. So here are some things that need to be in your grab file. First and foremost, you want a current copy of your list of your board of directors. That can change sometimes depending on your organization. So make sure you have a current list of the board of directors. Make sure you have an audit statement that's current, because a lot of times larger grants want to see your fiscal capacity, so they want a copy of your most recent audit statement if you're going after major funding. You also want a copy of your 501c3 letter, so make sure you have that, because you always want that on hand to be able to send that off with your proposal. And the last thing is letters of support. One of my tricks that I always am thankful that I learned how to do early on, because it saves you a lot of time, is having current letters of support from your continuous community partners. In certain types of fields, you know that you're going to work with certain partners, and if your program is long-standing, you have certain people that you work with all the time. You want to make sure that those key partners, you have letters on file for them. One thing you may not realize is that you can have a letter up to a year old. As long as the relationship is ongoing and it hasn't changed, you can keep that and you can submit that for other grants. Just make sure they haven't been very specific in the letter about what grant you're going after. So keep it kind of generic in that sense, but make it very specific in the types of work that they will be doing or they're committing to do with your organization. So if you have that on hand, that will save you a lot of time and keep you from having to run around trying to get letters from people, and make sure you have that before you submit your grant. If your letter is more than a year old, go ahead and get a fresh letter that you can keep on file, and that saves you a lot of time. So I hope that you will find this information helpful and you will create your own little grab file so that you can be the best grant writer possible and make sure that you work smarter and not harder. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them here for me on my YouTube channel. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel so that you can get immediate notification whenever I upload a new video. And please, if you know anybody else who may benefit from the information I'm sharing, I hope that you will send them the link to my channel so they can learn this information too. I also send out weekly email updates that tell you what's coming up that week in my tutorials. If you want to receive that, go over to my website, www.greatervisionconsulting.com, and subscribe to my email updates. And if you do that, I'm going to send you a Grant Writer's Toolkit, which has a sample proposal template that you can use to write grants from scratch, budget template or sample budget that you can use, letters of support, samples of those, and also just some references and links that are helpful to a new beginning grant writer that's starting out. While you're on my website, check out my bio, my experience, and my background, and most of all, my services that I offer, because I would love the opportunity to work with you or your organization. I hope you found this information helpful today. I look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow. Bye!